What's happening, YouTube? What's happening? How's everybody doing? Let us know how you're all doing. Let us know how your day is going. How the moments are filling your day. Hope you're enjoying all of your moments. Enjoy the present. Enjoy the present. This moment is just once. We only get the one chance to do the things that we want to do. That's if you want to do something. You know, if you're looking to get somewhere, use your moments to get there. It's in your moments that you'll find you're on the right path when you're doing stuff. But I wanted to check in and just say, hey, I probably won't be making any videos this weekend. And I wasn't able to do a live stream. I said I'd do a live stream on Monday, but I've got a lot going on, and I'm prioritizing my time. That's why I'm using my time wisely, and that's why I'm recording and multitasking from my car. Constantly trying to but be, trying to, just like self-improvement, just constantly using every moment to better myself and using my time wisely. I was talking to somebody recently, a fragrance friend, and they were telling me how they weren't feeling well and they've got these things going on. Sort of like what I was going through, 5-6 years ago. Age catches up to you, as I'm 49 years old now, I'll be 50 next year. And as time, as I age, I find they're starting to get more difficult. Physical health is, there's more work required to put in to keep your physical health at par. Your metabolism starts slowing down. You start putting on extra weight. You start losing hair. You start getting hair in places you don't like it. There's a lot of changes. Mental health as well. Mental health deteriorates a lot quicker as you age, and I think now, as a 50-year-old middle-aged man, it's very vital that I stay on top of these things now before they catch up to me later. Because once they catch up, I don't want to feel like I'm in a deep hole trying to dig myself out, right? I always want to be on par. I don't want to be in any hole. I want to be in a hill. I don't want to be digging out of a hole. I want to coming down from a hill. And you got to build, you got to use this time now to kind of build that hill. Otherwise, you're creating like your life is creating like a credit, which you owe. You owe this credit back to your life. Credit meaning a hole. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm spending a lot of time in the gym, still doing a lot of meditating. And meditating doesn't necessarily mean I got to sit down in a yogi pose and, hold my hands like this. I can meditate while I'm driving or working or being out, right? Meditation is just a practice of being observant, of being still, of being present. And you can do that with your eyes closed or going about your day. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Building the brand, still working on the brand, working on two perfumes with Antoine. Might be 3 actually. Something's come about, something really interesting that I like. So we'll see. We might turn a 2 perfume project into a 3. I'm really hopeful, and it's something very promising that I liked. So yeah. And that's exciting as well. As far as today, as far as fragrance wise goes, I am in Cartier's ENVOL. This is the eau de parfum, and it's been a long time since I've worn this. I think I've only worn it once, and I've had it for, I think I bought this in, I want to say 2018, right? And I wanted something from Cartier. Cartier is one of those weird houses for me. They kind of, they glide under the radar. They don't get a lot of notoriety. They don't get a lot of attention. They're always kind of hidden behind the sight of Chanel and Guerlain and Hermes, and sometimes even things like Dolce & Gabbana and Gucci, right? But the thing is, they actually make really good, interesting perfumes. And look at the packaging on this. Like, look at how creative this is. This is like cutting edge. This is some sort of funky technology they're using. I really like this, even though it's impractical. If I'm being honest, it's a little impractical for a perfume bottle, but it's really cool. It looks cool on the shelf. It's a nice piece to have about, right? So this is really cool. I don't even remember what this is, but I put on one spray and I can smell honey, and I can smell some resin, some incense, some sticky notes, you know, so there's a little bit of sweetness here. I feel like there's some violet leaf. Let me put a little bit on. But honey, it's been a long time since I've worn something with honey, but now I'm reminded of Guerlain's new tobacco honey, tobacco honey, which I'll end up getting one day, but not at retail. I will not pay $4.70 for that. If it was the original Guerlain art and material prices, like $2.70 Canadian, that was, we're going back years, and it would have been an easy buy at $2.70, but at $4.70, I'm like, it's good, but it's not that great, you know? So, but yeah, honey's cool. I'm really liking this, and I'm gonna look forward to wearing it. Yesterday I was in Towers Out too. You saw that video. That was really fun to wear. Big gummy resins. After I went into the gym, the gum resins really came alive on my skin, and it felt like just gummy, you know, super sticky. Sticky gums, gum resin, amber resins, benzoin resins, you know, that sort of thing. Very smoky and rubbery. Really cool perfume. Churchy. The day before I had, what did I have the day before? Oh, it was Creed. I had a Creed. It's been a long time since I wore a Creed. You know, that was a really good perfume. Royal Cedar. Royal Oud is a really, really, really good perfume. And I think I'm going to revisit it. My first thought was like, this is not for me. And I was even talking to Galen about it, and Galen's like, yeah, it's just not for you. Like, and yes, it was like, at that time it was obvious, but at the end of the day I was like, this is really beautiful. I really like this, even though I felt like for me it was just like a little too one-dimensional, not enough florals and stuff, but it is what it is. Like, it's not intended to be a floral perfume, but it was executed brilliantly. I thought it was a brilliant execution on Royal Oud. Really like that, really thick and deep. Like, there were no holes. There's no visible holes in there. Like, the depth was farther than the eye can see. And I love that. I love deep, penetrating perfumes where there are no holes. You know, it's on the skin. It's so deep, and you can see, you know, you can feel the fabrics. You can feel the colors, the textures, all before you'll see sunlight. You know, the sunlight is kind of hidden behind all the details that go in that perfume. Really beautiful. Much greener. It's very green, but it's also like got shades of dark shadows. And I guess that's kind of the perception of Oud, is the darkness in that perfume. Very oily, I found it. Super oily. Like, almost like there was an oil accord in there of some sort. Maybe it was like a bitter neroli or I don't know, but it was very, very oily. Galbanum isn't a resin. It could have been that. Like, even though it's a resin, you know, it's a sap resin. It's not necessarily like an incense sharp, smoky resin. Resins can be round and balmy and have no edges at all, right? Yeah, Royal Oud was really nice. I'm not surprised so many people love that stuff. What else did I wear this week? That was Wednesday. Tuesday I wore Christian Dior's Eau Noire, and that is a special perfume. That is something that I truly, truly, truly enjoy wearing. You know, even picking my shirt up the next day is like, it feels good. You know, that licorice, the star anise, the sweetness. It's super sweet, but a piercing medicinal sweet. It's not sugary sweet, even though it's got like maple syrup and it's very syrupy and sticky. It's not like ethyl maltol or sugar or cupcakes or bubble gum or whatever the people are wearing today. And that's still a trend, you know. I go out in the public, I go to the gyms or the malls, and that cotton candy is still